Alright guys, so today I started on the front part of the suspension. So let me just bring you over here and have a look. So I've those kind of stripped out. I'm actually going to keep these shocks for the time being. I'm going to swap out the strut top mounts, but I'm keeping the shocks just because what I want to do is I want to get some Bilstein B8s because they are, from my experience, trying out a few different things like coilovers and stuff, the Bilstein B8s are just fantastic for on the road use. So I'm going to keep those shocks for the time being. Swap them out at a later stage. So I probably won't even bother painting them because I'm only wasting my time. Got the springs out with that spring setup, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to deconstruct my wishbones. Now I have this shop press here, and I couldn't get an angle right where I was getting a load of force on it. But even when I did, I got one angle like where I literally bent this very short length of rebar in between the two, had the wishbone sitting on it and was pushing down on it, coming in from the bottom, and got a load of pressure on it, wasn't coming through. So what ended up saving me, big expensive shop press, like I probably paid, not expensive, but I probably paid maybe €110 delivered for that, maybe less, I can't fully remember. What I ended up doing was cracking out my $12.99 little air chisel, and was going at that, couldn't bloody get that to work, so I decided I'd cut through one side of it. That just gummed up the saw, so I was really having a fucking horrible time with it. And I said to myself, then maybe I'm gonna have to have a bonfire and do some kind of uneco-friendly, rubber into the atmosphere kind of fire. But then I decided that I'd have another go at this with the press, or with the air chisel. Was going to even consult other people at this stage because I was getting really, really frustrated. And anyway, but so what I found was I was air chiseling and I was taking me forever, and I was cutting. I see I was mushrooming it in and everything, and because that's what it looks like originally, and what I found was just a little. Mine are a bit battered up now, but there's a little lip just here, and I thought it was part of this, and it was actually rusty, and I was like, Christ, am I going to have to get new wishbones anyway? But what it was is an actual ring going along this side. So anyway, these were all mangled, so I did one on this other wishbone just to prove my point, and then I said, do you know what, I'm not going to be the only person who does, so get yourself a $12.99 little air chisel. The hose is actually the most important thing, guys. That is crucial. So that's a 1/2 inch hose. The smaller diameter, the less power you'll have. That's the same for your air tools and everything. Like if you have an impact, you're not getting anything out of it unless you've got 1/2 inch. There's 3/8 as well. Then there's a 1/4, which is what all the Aldi and Lidl stuff is coming in at, and all the kind of consumer stuff. But get yourself this hose on a reel. But anyway, so what I found was, I'll show you this good one. Well, let's say good. It's in shite. So you have this aluminium center here. Okay. So what the first thing to note is these are split bushings. That's it in its entirety. Now, I didn't know that at the time. I was just going at it. So you have this tube here that goes down the middle. I presume it's acting as a sort of a bearing. I don't know if it's actually holding it in place. Maybe it is, helping to do that. But anyway, it's got a little kind of tapered edge on it, and what you do is you just put the air chisel on the pokey end, and you get that folded in. And this one came clean out. Most of them didn't. Some of them even just got past the seam, and that's all I needed. But so anyway, that comes out, and then you start working mine are, I say, all rusty, but you start working it there, you'll see it there. You start working, see that there? That's actually a lip inside. It's a little ring inside it, and you'll see remnants of it. It's only that wide, like, you know. So that rusty lip is essentially it. You start folding that in, and when you start folding that in, you'll eventually get to the point where more of it will becoming more. You'll be able to see more and more of it, and you basically just keep walking it out. And as you walk it out, I start on the outside here, but as you walk it out, you'll find the bushing then just folds out. And what I did was I then sprayed inside of that WD-40. Every now and then I might give this a spray with WD-40 as I was working it out, but I was spraying the inside then with WD-40, and then I start working on the lip here. And by the time I get the full way around the lip here, the WD-40 would have worked a little bit on the inside. Run it internally and just push it right out, and that got that done. So actually what I spent, I'd have to say it was an hour and a half, maybe only an hour, maybe I'm not that silly, but trying to remove those two. I got this one out in 5 minutes. So just to give you an idea, and then the other one is the ball joint on the back of these, that's pushed in that way. So what I do is I take off the little spring clip, take the rubber off here, and bash it right through. With the air hammer can work, or just give it a good old hit with the hammer itself, big lump hammer, and maybe using alternating, let's say. And yeah, that's the technique I found worked the best. I have, as I say, I have a big depress, and I had the big saw out unsafe with no safety guards, you know. I had literally had to go with most everything except for burning them out, and I found this technique with the cheapest tool I have. Like, do you know what I mean? It's simple things in life, but the cheapest tool I have, I bought it on a punt in Aldi one day. I seen it was reduced. I think it was $11.95 originally, and I think I got it for $5.95 or something really silly. It was like really just clearance, and I said, you know what, I might use it one day, and today is that day. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll keep you posted on all the rest when I get to the back here. I am hoping that the back suspension, at least the linking arms and stuff, could be pressed out using the press with a couple of pumps and that, and they'll be done, hopefully. Well, famous last words. Anyway, appreciate you watching. Thanks, bye.